How to set up your Pinterest account, part 1. Hey Pinners, it's Michelle Held from pintalk.net, and I'm going to talk to you about how to set up a Pinterest account. This is aimed at a beginner level and it is part 1, so it doesn't include Pinterest for business. If you like this video and you find it helpful, please hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll get a notification of when I have a new video up at least once a week of Pinterest tips, tricks, and tutorials. I put everything on my website, pintalk.net. Of course, you can follow me on Pinterest, and I put the blog posts and videos there too. And I'm on my other website, metrony.com, with more online marketing strategy and digital marketing tutorials with everything except Pinterest. And connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and on both websites. So how do you set up Pinterest? Let's talk about beginner level and do some screen sharing here. So the first thing you're going to need is an email address. In the beginning, you used to be able to set up Pinterest from Twitter. I never recommended that because you should have an email address and a separate, like what happens if something happens to your Twitter account? You need an email address that you have control of and is associated with your Pinterest account. And now Pinterest has added another layer of authentication with email addresses for your Pinterest account. So you're going to need that. And that's the first thing you're going to set up. So you're going to go into Pinterest, enter in your email address, choose a user handle, and then move forward. And Pinterest will ask you to choose some topics that you're interested in. I know when I'm setting something new up, I always just pick a few things to bypass this section, and then I go and adjust that later. But those will be topics or things that you follow on Pinterest. If you're a business, the next step would be to verify your Pinterest account. So you have a website with a top-level domain name that you have some access to, either through content management system like WordPress, or you can FTP a file right to it to verify that you own this website and it'll be associated with your free Pinterest for Business account. I'm going to do that in a part 2 video of how to set up your Pinterest, but that is something to keep in mind. The next thing you want to do is upload a very clear profile photo. For personal profiles, yeah, do a headshot, or some people have their pet or animal, but make that image, something that your account is about, your interests, what's going to be the majority of your Pinterest boards. But it would be nice if you had an actual headshot there, just like you would for your Facebook profile or LinkedIn or maybe even your Twitter. Make sure it's a clear image and make sure it looks good in that unique Pinterest round profile photo, right? All the rest of the social channels are square. So next thing after that, so you have entered your email address, actually physically open the account, it's free, and you uploaded a profile photo. You want to fill out the rest of the information. You might want to add your location, add a little bit, a blurb, some text about what you're interested in so other pinners can find you. It helps build up a following and helps you share like-minded interests with other Pinterest users. So, I'm interested in, of course, social media, online marketing, e-commerce, and then I have a lot of health and fitness in there too, but I do set my location, and you'll see that you cruise through Facebook, you see that a lot of people don't set up their location in the city, and I don't know if they miss it or they don't know it's an option, or they just don't want to be targeted with ads, because that's kind of one of the things that will happen when you have your location data set. So next thing to do is, we did our description, add some boards to your account. So create a few ideas, pick out boards that you're interested in, and name those boards, especially if you're a business, after SEO, search engine optimization friendly keywords. So like I have a board for social media infographics. I have another one for health and fitness. I have women in business. But those are all phrases that I know are popular searches, because I do want to build up a following. Some people, like one of my good friends, doesn't care if people follow her on Pinterest. She's just doing recipes and decorating ideas for herself. I'm out there to build up a following and have a conversation, like I'm in it to win it. So I choose SEO friendly keywords that my boards are named after, and they're actually in the description. So you've set up the account with an email address, uploaded your profile image, added a description, added your location if you want to be found, and then you start to add some boards about topics that you're interested in. You could add a few secret boards if you want to set them up. And then if you're a brand, there's a whole nother strategy to this, and I'm going to cover that in part 2, is how to set up Pinterest for business. But this is the very basic way to do it. So some terms to understand here are, you have your Pinterest, or I call it Pinterest account. Some people just refer to it as their Pinterest. You have boards. If you look at a Pinterest account, you see all the boards are rectangles. They really are categories, but in Pinterest, they are boards. So that's how you organize. And then if you click onto anybody's board, you see the other rectangular images. Those are pins. So we have account, boards, and then pins. And there are all kinds of ways that I can save pins to my Pinterest account. That'll also be the next step in my video series. And there are also ways I can discover other things on Pinterest, like the lens or going using a browser button, but I will also do that. So I'm thinking this is probably a 4-part how to set up Pinterest series, but this is the very basic. If you have more questions, please leave it in the comments below. I can add another video to this or address a specific topic. And we're going to talk about naming boards, adding descriptions, images, image sizes, find the Pinterest lens, discovery, adding the browser button, and a bunch of other basic setup things that I haven't done in a long time since I originally got involved in Pinterest. I don't know, has it been 2-3 years now? So let's go back to the basics on how to set up Pinterest and then optimize it for either personal or business use. So carry on, Pinners. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button below, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Should be a link up here. Also down in the description, there's links to my pintalk.net website. You can find me on Pinterest. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram. I love it when people come over from either website, Pintalk or Matroni, and say, hey, I saw you over here. And I have my email list going now. I'm going to get that newsletter going once again. Carry on, Pinners.